Welcome, welcome. Now, wouldn't you like to know where the 10 richest gold and silver mine locations are around the world? So join me today live as I go and I talk about the secret vaults and also the hidden wealth in this world that we are not possibly aware of. And what I want to share with you is that this is so fascinating to know that these places do exist. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking to you about the top 10 richest countries in gold and silver. And number one is going to shock you. I'm also going to be talking about the silver mines and all of the other gold and precious metals as well in further videos. But what I want to share with you is this fact is, did you know that some countries are secretly hoarding trillions of gold and silver? Today, I'm going to be talking about the world's 10 richest places for precious metals. And trust me, number one is going to shock you. So let's dive in, shall we? So welcome, I'm Christine Crowell and I am the founder of this channel. And what I want to talk to you today is about gold and silver mines, for example, and precious metals. So the top 10 is, number 10 is Peru. Now, Peru's gold reserves are 2,800 tons plus of the sixth largest in the world, for example. Also, silver reserves, number one known for this producing country in the world. Peru, number 10. So Peru's destination is both gold and silver mining. And the famous gold mine produces millions of ounces per year. But here's the kicker. Did you know this? I mean, I didn't know. Maybe some of you did. Peru exports silver, more silver than any other country. Did you know that some believe that Incan gold is still buried in the Andes Mountains? Could they be lost? Treasures worth billions? Wow. It's amazing when you think about where these precious materials are around the world. Number 9 is South Africa. Gold reserves historically produce 40% of all gold ever mined. Major mine is the Witwatersrand Basin, once the world's biggest gold deposit. Now, South Africa used to be the number one gold producer, but it's declined over the last 30 years. And some say that there's hidden reserves remained deep underground. Maybe it's so deep that you can't actually get there. But there's also a conspiracy alert. Some believe that South Africa's elites are secretly hoarding gold to control prices. What do you think? Could be a possibility. We don't know. I'd love to hear your comments as well in the chat as well. Number 8 is Russia. Gold reserves over 2,300 tons officially, but rumored to be way more. So Russia apparently is the second largest gold producer globally. Did you know that? Russia has been aggressively stockpiling gold to reduce reliance on the US dollars. Some say that they have a secret vault of hidden reserves in Siberia. Do you think that's possible? Did you know that Russia also controls platinum? For example, diamond reserves, palladium, making it one of the most richest minerals countries around the world, for example. Now, number 7 is Australia. Gold reserves are 10,000 tons plus, 10,000 tons and more. So it is the world's second biggest gold producer. There's major mines. The Super Pit in Western Australia. So Australia exports billions of gold annually with large untapped reserves. Some experts believe it could surpass China in production. Fun fact here, some of the world's biggest gold nuggets were found in Australia, including the legendary Welcome Stranger nugget, worth millions today. I've got a stone here, but it's not a nugget, but it is a precious metal. Beautiful. Just look at that. Precious metals. I love precious metals. I have them all around me. Another one here I have, which is a precious metal. And just look at the back of that. It's amazing where these precious metals come from, and the gold and the silver. But I'll need to provide more information on these things that I'm telling you about. And you know what? I would love to visit as well. So, number 7, Australia. Number 6 is Indonesia. Gold reserves, they say, is 2,600 plus tons of gold. Major mine, Grasberg mine, one of the world's richest gold deposits. I didn't know this. So this is a reason why I'm talking like this and mentioning these mines, so that we are aware of the gold and silver and, where they come from and how much that they hold, and also with Indonesia being number 6, being a major mine, one of the world's richest gold deposits. Indonesia, like I mentioned, it has insane amounts of gold and copper, making it one of the most valuable mines on Earth. Did you know? Some believe that Indonesia has even larger untapped gold reserves buried in its volcanic regions. Sometimes, you watch these movies, right? And there's a volcanic that erupts when someone discovers gold or something. It sounds like something out of a movie. So, number 5 is the United States. Gold reserves are around 8,133 tons. When I say 800, I'll say that again. 8,133 tons. This is really the largest official gold reserves. So major vaults like Fort Knox, we all know Fort Knox, Federal Reserve Bank of New York, and the US officially hold the most gold reserves. But here's the question: is the gold at Fort Knox really still there? Because really the last official audit was 1974, for example. And there is a conspiracy at the moment that some claim the US secretly sold gold to China. This is a conspiracy, and replaced it with fake bars. What do you think? Something to think about, because we all keep hearing about Fort Knox, and we've heard, where is the gold there? Is the gold gone? We want to see what's happening. So what do you think? I'd love to hear your comments in the chat. Do you think that all of the gold is in Fort Knox? Why all of a sudden has the gold reserves, for example, the Federal Reserve Bank of New York requested for gold to come from the UK? For example, the UK reserves to New York. Same with silver. Why all of a sudden is this happening? Everybody is asking for their gold back from the different countries, for example. So number four, and this is amazing as well, is Canada. Gold reserves, massive gold mining industry. But there's been a low reported reserve. I mean, obviously correct me if I am wrong in this, but this is the research that I've been looking at. Major mines are Ontario and also the Yukon Territory. Canada is home to some of the richest gold mining operations, yet the government officially reports low gold reserves. It's got hidden wealth, a lot of hidden wealth. So many believe that Canada's real gold worth is really in private hands, not the government's vaults. That's just what is being talked about, for example. And number three is China. The gold reserves is reported to be 2,113 tons, but this is likely to be way more. China is also number one gold producing country globally. China mines more gold than any other country, yet rarely exports them. They've kept it in their country. Some say they're hoarding gold to prepare for future gold-backed currency, which is where we are now. We're really looking at gold really becoming the new monetary system. So did you know that some experts believe that China's gold reserves are over 10,000 tons and more than even the USA? Food for thought. Number two is Switzerland. Gold reserves are 1,040 tons officially. World gold trading hub, but billions in gold pass through Swiss vaults every year. Switzerland has one of the highest gold reserves per capita and is home to some of the most secure gold vaults in the world. Secret? gold vaults. Did you know of this? So Swiss banks store private gold wealth worth trillions, hidden from the public records. Then there's number one, which is the Vatican, the secret wealth. Gold reserves unknown, but it's rumored to be worth hundreds of billions. The Vatican Bank, some say, hold hidden treasures from centuries past. The Vatican gold holdings are a complete mystery. Some believe that it holds massive gold reserves from past civilization, yet it doesn't disclose the real numbers. It refuses to. And I understand why. But there's a conspiracy alert that the Vatican hoard gold during the war, and it could be the wealthiest hidden vault on earth. And I do pray that the Pope is getting well, for example. So let's look at this. This was a list that I've given you. 10 of the richest places in the world for gold and silver. But what do you really think? Do you believe that some countries are hiding more gold than what they report? Comment below. If you want more information on this, hit like, subscribe, and also check the description for any information as well, because what I want to do is help to give you information to do with wealth building portfolios, for example, with silver and gold and precious metals. And I'm going to be going into each of these countries that hold silver as well as gold and precious metals around the world, just so that we've got a good idea of where this comes from, besides the jewelry shop. Especially if you're interested in investing into gold and silver and bullions. You know, where do these bullions come from, for example? You know, they don't just appear. Yes, I talk about scrap gold, but I also talk about, gold bars, silver bars, for example. Where do they come from? So I'd love to know your thoughts on this, because I'm going to be talking about each of those countries and going more into depth, so each day, so that we've got a good understanding of the different types of places around the world and what do they specialize in, what gold or silver do they specialize in, who are the real top holders or hoarders of gold and silver, for example. And I want to really look at the 5 richest countries, for example. So does China secretly own more gold than what the USA has? And what about Fort Knox? We need to go more into Fort Knox, for example. So I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. And I would love for you to join me in because I'm doing a series. So this is part of the 10-part series that I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to be doing these lives, and they're going to be 10 individual videos as well. And each episode will dive deeper into one country, the location, and what it is that they have specifically for example. And what I really want you to think about is when we're purchasing these gold coins or these silver coins, and also these bullions, for example, the gold bars, for example, the silver bars, scrap gold. I'm going to go into all of this in this 10-part series with you, so that you've got a real informed choice of where best to get your gold and silver from. And I'm also going to be going into the companies that talk about the companies that do the bullions, do the gold coins, do the silver coins, talking about dealers as well as the companies that actually make the gold and the silver, for example. So this is going to also be part of my weekly show, whereby I'm going to be doing a gold and silver wealth report. That's going to be weekly, every week, for example, and it's going to be at the same time. For example, I think I've scheduled one for Friday, I'm not sure, but the first one is going to be gold price surges, what investors need to know, and it's going to be a live update, and that is what I'm going to be doing every Friday, a weekly wealth report. And the reason why I'm doing this is to help you to understand what it is that you are looking to invest in, for example, and just to give you some information on that. By no means am I a financial advisor, because I am not that. That is something that you need to seek your own advice for that, for example. But I'm also here to give you the information that it really is available to all of us, but I want to have it in a structured way and to help you so that you're going to one place rather than lots of other places, for example. So I want you to also to keep coming back and to listening to the videos and to help grow the channel as well, because it's something that I'm interested in, gold and silver. I did it in 2007 with my husband, and we used to do gold bars, bullions, for example. We brought coins, silver coins, for example, and we did things like that. And it is a good wealth investment strategy, especially with today's uncertainty, for example. So I hope that you've enjoyed today's live, and I hope that you've enjoyed today's top 10 list that I've given you of the world's mines around the world, because we always tend to think about what's on our doorstep, whereas we've got wealth is everywhere. It is in abundance. We just have to find it and look for it, for example. So if you've enjoyed this video, hit like, subscribe, and I also want to say thank you to those of you that are commenting. Please do comment as well if you haven't commented yet. Also, thank you for subscribing to the channel. And also thank you for your encouragement, your comments. It's really given me good feedback as well. So don't forget to join me. Like I said, today I talked about the world's gold and silver mines, where they're holding gold, for example, and who could secretly be holding and hoarding the most wealth. That's something that we don't know about. So I spoke about the 10 wealthiest locations for gold, silver, and rare minerals, for example. But some of these places hold trillions in hidden assets. That's why we always see there's Jewel of the Nile. There's all these movies that is going to, to explore, for example. And I would love to do things like that, just to see, beautiful rare minerals on a mountain top or something, or gold or silver mines, even looking to see how it works and what happens, and going to visit them, and I talked about the locations: Peru, South Africa, Russia, Australia, Indonesia, Fort Knox, USA, for example, Canada, China, Switzerland, the Vatican. What do you think? I'd love to know what your thoughts are regarding this as well. Where do you buy your gold and silver from safely? I will be putting some links here, but I need to obviously keep doing my research, for example. But if you are enjoying this script, if you're enjoying this video, then like I said, do like and subscribe. You can also book a free 15-minute appointment with me to talk about how to start your own gold and silver business, for example, because maybe you want to do your own gold coins and gold bars, where you can go to refineries and they can smelt them down for you and things like that. So this is the reason why I'm talking about it, for whether you're a business owner or whether you are an individual and you're wanting to save for now, making a start now, but also for the future, having a long-term plan, 5-year, 10-year, for example. This is the reason why I'm going into this in more greater depth, due to the cash uncertainty that we're facing right now, as well as the price inflation as well. And comment below, which country do you think has the most secret gold? Maybe you visited one of the mines. I'd love to hear your story about what you saw and what you found, whether you brought things there, for example. I really wanted to go into that first before I started the 10-part series. So I hope that you've enjoyed today, and I look forward to speaking with you tomorrow. I will be going live tomorrow, and it will be at 7 p.m. even though I came on here earlier due to I wasn't available at the 7 p.m. UK time, for example. But discussing the top richest places for gold and silver, its hidden vaults and the secret reserves. I hope that you found that helpful, and also that it's given you food for thought about starting your own, buying your own gold and silver at whatever price that you can afford, for example, and whatever stage you can do as well. Start investing in gold and silver. There's, like I said, there's gold coins, silver coins, there's bullions, there's, you can even get scrap gold and turn them into, gold bars by taking them to the gold refinery or silver refinery, for example. So I hope that you've enjoyed that. Like I said, click the link here, and to find out more about gold reserves, to find out more about the richest places in the world, because we all seem to be talking about the richest people in the world, but why not talk about the richest places in the world, and also the top gold producing countries, and also the biggest silver mines in the world. Furthermore, richest gold mines, hidden gold reserves, Fort Knox, the gold that's there, the conspiracy around it, and where is the most gold held in the world, countries that have the most silver, and also the largest gold deposits on the earth. So which countries do you think has the most gold? And where is the most gold stored, for example? Who owns the most silver in the world? Does Fort Knox still hold gold? The amount of gold that it says it does, for example. And where are the richest places for gold and silver in the world? And what is the biggest gold vaults in the world? Which countries do you think is hoarding gold? And what are the hidden gold reserves? So if you want to hear more, I'm going to be doing a 10-part series on this, and I hope that you'll also be able to join me for my weekly wealth report. That's going to be on a Friday as well, on top of the live videos that I do. So have a wonderful evening, everyone, and I hope that you've enjoyed this gold investment strategy for 2025 so that you can build and invest in gold and silver, because gold is a good investment. But also, buying gold is, like I said, a good investment, but also is silver. Whether you're doing the coins or whether you're buying silver bullions or gold bullions, for example, there's so many good information out there and good companies that can do that for you as well. And also I'm going to be going into the best ways to store gold at home, for example. And I'll be talking to you about the places that you can buy gold coins. There's also, I'm going to be talking about the central banks and buying golds. So I hope that you've got food for thought there, and I look forward to sharing more information with you. And I hope that you've enjoyed today's live, and I hope that you'll be able to join me tomorrow, because I will be on here tomorrow at 7 o'clock, 7 p.m, because I want to go through the 10-part series with you. We're going to travel the world. We're going to look at where these golds and silver and precious metals are held, because I think it's important. If we are investing in this, then it's good to know where they are. And I tell you what, even to go and visit would be something amazing, because we all like to know where we're getting things from. So I think it would be a good idea to understand where these gold and silver are coming from. Does it cost more because it comes from a certain location around the world? Do we pay any more for a specialist type of gold? Hello. Hi, Elaine. Hi. So it's important that, because there's different brands, there's companies that do different brands of gold. Now, is their prices different because it's come from a special place around the world, like Switzerland, for example? Is there a special elite type of gold because it comes from a different location than, say, the UK or the USA? You know, sometimes if it's possibly a glamorous location, maybe the gold bullion is more because of the brand. You know, it's like Gucci, for example. You know, the brand is different from a different type of watch. You know, different different brands are at different prices. I know that the gold is at 3,000, just over 3,000 per ounce. But if you're buying a bullion, for example, and it comes from a prestige, wealthy organization that specializes in gold from Switzerland, for example, I'm just giving an example of Switzerland. Is it any different in price if you buy it from a different location? So I'm going to be investigating and going more into that, because we really need to start thinking about investment and what the prices are, for example, for a specific type of gold or silver. Is it down to the location of where it's come from, or the company, or the brand, or the elite type of buying, for example? So I'm going to be checking that out, because I'm curious to know. I mean, listen, we went to the London gold reserve, had our gold refined into gold bars, for example, and it was one of the wealthiest, richest roads in the UK, in London. But if we went to do that or purchase the gold bars, it would have cost a lot more. So I just wanted to make us all think about our purchasing power when we're buying gold, and to be aware of what gold and silver that we're buying, for example, and what the structures are, for example, because it could affect the price. But at the end of the day, gold is gold. I don't believe that, but then I could be wrong because I'm just new at this. I don't believe that it's going to sell for more because it comes from a different location, an exquisite location, for example. But I'm going to do some finding out for that anyway. So join me tomorrow in the next live, which I'm going to be doing a 10-part series. We are going to travel the world together, and we're going to visit these landmines, for example, gold mines, should I say, and silver mines online, and we're going to check them out and see what it's like and what the storage is like, a bit of history, so you know what it is, whether it's any different or whether it's the same where you are. So thank you for joining me today, and thank you for your comments as well. Thank you, Elaine. Thank you so much, and it's nice speaking with you as well. Well done. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for your support, and I look forward to joining you tomorrow live here at 7 p.m. UK time. Now, America, I know the clock kind of went forward, so you're 5 hours behind. So that would be, for example, 2 p.m. American time, New York time I'm referring, or Atlanta time. Okay, so thank you so much, and enjoy your evening, everyone. And join me tomorrow, because we are going to be traveling the world for 10 days online, checking out the silver mines and the gold mines, as well as we're going to be going into some precious metals as well, because it's not just gold and silver. There's lots of different precious metals and minerals as well. So let's get investing. Let's put money into gold and silver, because the value is going to stay the same. Our cash, we don't know what's going to happen with the cash. It's just going down all the time. So why not save for a rainy day? You too have a wonderful day as well, Elaine. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Take care, everyone. Thank you. Bye.